Hey guys, welcome back to Reign of Winter, Week 2. Same players, new party. If you're watching this live or within the next week, you should definitely check out my Pillars of Eternity stream. I'm furious because I hit a bug pretty early on that doesn't let me complete an early mission. That's super important. There's this guy I really wanted to kill. I spent hours longer than I should have slowly infiltrating his fortress and murdering everyone. And then you can't go into his room. It crashes the game. You can watch about 45 minutes of me nonstop swearing like I can't believe this shit. Yep. On the Twitch page, we got a couple updates. We got the schedule is now there, so you can just, rather than me listing off everything that we have on the schedule, you can just look and see. You know, we have games 5-6 nights a week, so trying to have something every night. See how that goes down. Eric, how have you been?
Oh, fairly well. Nothing big here. Just so after the experience last time, I went back to my more traditional roots of playing just still shying away from a caster and just went with a monk this time.
All right. Do a little introduction for him shortly. I don't think... Yeah, we definitely don't have Emerald Spire tomorrow night, right? I think no one confirmed for that.
Well, it was going to be one of those replacement games, and I don't think anyone confirmed
no
for
one
the replacement
for
game.
it. So it's just going to be Pillars of Eternity, guys. I know you guys are excited. Pillars of Eternity hype. By the way, the reason I mentioned that Pillars of Eternity is because I've been playing it for 12 hours over the last 24 hours, so I'm super tired. So if I fall asleep during the middle of this, someone please text Twitch support to stop the stream. That's all I'm asking.
Well, I think it's genius to name your game Pillars of Eternity. Very bold prediction, but the way you accomplish that is by making the intro quest impossible to complete. So it is literally an eternal process.
Oh no! I mean, it's the first major side quest, so it's not along the main quest line.
Just an infinite loop.
That would be fantastic, though. That would be, yeah. And you know what? I got this thing from somebody that was like, "I can't believe you didn't do a save every time you transitioned from one area to the next." And I was like, "What kind of fucking person does that? Why would I save every time I transition from one area to the next?" He's like, "Well, of course, if you played Baldur's Gate, you would know that." And I was like, "Well, I didn't play Baldur's Gate, dickweed. You know, this is 2015. We can make games where you don't have to save every time you transition." So now I do. Now I save every time I go from one major area to another for absolute fear that the 1990s will come back to bite me. All right, yeah, you could tell I'm salty over this game now. Matt, how are you doing this week?
I am high on allergy medication. I'm doing fantastic, Arthur. Thanks for asking.
That's terrible news.
It's allergy season here in St. Louis, and I don't know where I am or what day it is. I think it's Friday. I have a vague idea that I'm playing a role-playing game, so let's just have fun with it.
I hope it's Friday.
Yeah, that's it.
Dan, did you turn your camera off? Damn it.
I did. Sorry. The internet was just getting a little too constipated for me.
All right, just let me know when you're doing it so I can adjust Eric's face. You blue shifted him right into a wall. That works. When Dan's camera's off, Eric's face goes from center to like halfway into the thing.
Sorry.
Dan, how are you doing this week beyond terrible internet? So basically normal.
Yeah, basically business as usual. Internet's awful. Classes are still going, and yeah, basically the usual. I
don't want to spoil anything because I'm not a Dan. Like, the thing
Oh.
about you, Dan, is that you've become such an iconic across most of my campaigns that people use your name as a verb to describe two different things. You're either Danning when you're dying, or you're Danning when you spoil the plot of something everyone hasn't seen yet.
Oh no.
Someone's asking Eric what he is eating. What is
Hmm?
he eating? What are you eating, Eric? Someone wants to know.
Um,
Question.
I'm drinking a limonada, and I had a Chobani Greek yogurt.
There we go. Fine choice.
The
Oh.
important things in life.
Yes.
That's the worst. I love Greek.
All right.
Now I won't get sponsored by Chobani.
Actually, tonight we're sponsored by Arby's.
Oh.
I was thinking Arby's, so I went out and I was like, 2 for 6 gyros. And then I got home and I was like, yes, I would have rather just gone to the gyro place and gotten 1 gyro. Anyway, Dan, the thing is, not to spoil anything, but Jade Region was fantastic. And once again, you have proven that teamwork tactics in my campaigns are absolutely dead.
Yep.
I think it's just Rise of the Rune Lords, and it took them like 17 weeks to get a teamwork down. And when they did, it was this overlapping field of absolute death, where they managed to fight like a CR-27 encounter, and they were like level 15. And then there's like Dan running in circles, using wands he can't actually use, and dying invisibly in a corner.
That last part hasn't happened yet.
Yet, but it might. It might.
If I keep going the way I'm going, yeah.
Anything else, Dan, before I lay into you too much harder?
No, I'm thoroughly emasculated. Go ahead.
All right. Michael, how are you doing this week?
Oh, not a crazy time at overtime at work, so just tired too as well. Constant overtime. I think like for a year straight now, so yay.
All right, cool. So, let's do new character introductions. And I say that because, as you guys might know, last week everyone died. Hopefully that's not a spoiler, but if you're watching tonight for the first time, at the end of the night, you can go back onto my YouTube page below, not just find all of my previous campaigns, but specifically the Reign of Winter videos, and watch them die a horrible death last week. And it was quite horrible. And the thing was, is like at the last second, you guys were all working together, and then we had someone even called it out. They were like, it was such a beautiful soap opera moment when Yelfa and his witch were separated, and then they all got murdered.
Yeah. Yeah. It was almost a Hollywood ending, but not quite.
I thought so.
But-
And then, like, after the credits, I just had a scene in my mind where the Tatzel worm leveled up and was like, yeah, I'm going to Vegas, baby.
Yeah. It went from Spielberg to Tarantino very rapidly.
Who would like to introduce their new character first?
I will go. Gilbert Montfort is a painter from the Revolutionary Council-torn country of Galt in the far east of Golarion, in between Taldor and Keonan to the west of the elves, and to the north it's kind of barbarian-ish. I've forgotten exactly what. Galt is a kind of French revolutionary type thing with the Revolutionary Council and guillotines and beheadings and executions. Government changes like every 3 months in a bloody coup. And so Gilbert, as a painter, basically kind of hates government and sort of fell in with druids. He's actually a brilliant druid. He thinks nature, he's convinced that kind of men with power, or it always goes badly, it always goes sour. So he's kind of anti-society, civilization. He just wants to paint. He had a tragic love affair that we'll get probably more into if the story continues. I don't want to give too much away.
They don't all die in the first night.
Yeah, I don't want to monopolize all the time like I can occasionally do. But yeah, he's got a tragic love story. He accidentally got his lover killed, and it was his fault. And he is basically was contacted. The goddess Nadiri saved him as he was trying to kill himself over it. And now he has kind of a mission to work as her agent with a second chance. And if he completes his long-term goal of not dying in the first episode, then there's a chance that he may be reunited with her in paradise. So he's a painter who is going to just burn shit to the ground, plant bombs. No, not that bad. I get carried away, but
All right.
I will not be doing my French accent tonight. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. All right. Who would like to go next? So it says, "You just described my life." Je suis Gilbert Montfort.
Sure, I'll go next. That's fine. So, I'm playing a ethereal knight, shiny knight paladin. He is from Taldor originally. He was sort of always the jockey type, always really popular growing up, had everything, a little spoiled. His parents sort of separated, and his dad went away to sail the seas, ends up becoming a pirate. And then during a tragic accident, his mom dies and gives him a large amount of money. So he sort of blows the money crazy and goes out and starts looking for his father. Ends up joining the Pathfinder Society in Absalon, and that's, where he sort of ends up. So he's still a little, braggish. You get that think of the jocks in high school, big and strong and using their charm to sort of get what they want. So follower of Kaleen, what is his name? Caden Killian too. So a little bit of a, but he's also a young little kid.
Hero.
Yep, he's also a young little kid. Party animal. He's only 16 as well. So
Sweet.
All right. The chat really, really wants to hear from Eric for some reason. So
Interesting.
can you just step in here, Eric, and give
Sure.
the people what they want?
So, Garvik Glavebeard. He is obviously a dwarf. He hails from the Five Kings mountain regions and was trained in a monastery up at the very peaks. He grew up in very poor parents who gave him to this Auroran monastery, and there he spent his entire childhood training in religion and survival skills and various other training, to the point at which he has no social skills whatsoever. I think he...
Just to step
I
in
think
here
the
real
best
quick, are you
way-
saying you min-max your character?
A little bit, yes. Okay. I'll own that. I'm accepting it. So I would describe him as a mix between the Will Ferrell character from Elf and sort of that obliviousness crossed with, say, I don't know, one of those characters from the Book of Mormon who's just going out for their first mission and he's all chipper and all that for Aurori. So that's sort of his personality. And
Oh
he...
my god. Haven't you...
Oh.
No. Haven't you seen it yet? Okay. Matt is the grizzled sergeant. Eric is the enthusiastic new guy. Michael is kind of... they call him like Lucky or something. He's the kid that they keep around. And then Dan, I don't know what character he's playing, but undoubtedly he's like the pessimistic dude that, you guys are a military squad in a typical movie and you're all going to die. I'm just jumping in here right now. I'm seeing a pattern. There's a framework for me. All right, Eric. Sorry to jump in here. Keep going.
All right.
Oh,
so with that, he after he left the Five Kings Mountains on sort of his first mission out into the world, so he's doesn't know much about the world, so he was convinced by a mercenary who is a very convincing mercenary who is in the pay of the Pathfinder Society, and that they are just a wonderful force for good, and that his best way to serve Aurori is to help them out and locating and just helping them locate these dark magical secrets and then bringing them back so they can keep them for safekeeping, because they would never do anything wrong with that sort of thing. So he's, as a result, somewhat loosely associated with the Dark Archive, although he has no idea what sort of people they are. So, and then because of his high altitude mountain training and skill in cold conditions, he's been sent to Taldor to investigate this sudden wintry conditions and find out anything about what magic is causing it.
I don't know what happened to my chat tonight, but people are spamming hashtag Team Eric and hashtag Team Dan show your face. Also, while Eric is talking, someone said Eric should talk more. I don't know what's happening. I feel like we're being trolled.
Gesture?
I feel like maybe we're being trolled. It's all right though.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, we're still going to have fun, so who cares, right?
Exactly.
Even if we die again.
Yeah, there we go. That's the hashtag I want, Team Rafi. All right, Dan, your camera's
Team
not
Rafi.
even working, so you might as well turn it off.
Well, I see it. I see me. Oh, well, whatever.
All right. Tell us about your character, Dan. Is he a grizzled sergeant 3 days from retirement?
She is actually a freshly confirmed Pathfinder hailing from the city of Almus in Andoran. She was taken in to the local Desmond temple at a very young age and trained there to become a cleric. And while she was working at the temple, she actually came across and chatted with quite a few Pathfinders, and they became quite influential in her upbringing. So she decided, you know what, I should see the world too. So she went and joined the Pathfinder Society.
Okay. Anything else?
There was a whole thing about the sages, priests, or wizards decried my birth as an omen, and I might have a birthmark of a butterfly, but that's all really unimportant.
I don't know. What you just said sounds pretty important, actually. But all right.
The birth omen?
Yeah. Also, it sounds like a certain trait that you took.
Well, I didn't take that one. No, I took the birthmark one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Took birthmark, worldly, and adaptive magic. Which is why I mentioned that Pathfinders came through all the time, told me stories. So every time I make use of worldly, I'll be sure to have like, oh, this one time I remember the teachings of this one guy. Now bend your knees when you jump. Something along those lines.
Okay. Very strange Pathfinder party. However, the four of you have all been called into the office of your favorite venture captain. Official venture captain, Denel Hamshanks.
Yes.
Who you can find in Citadel of the Flame. And he says, all right then. What's going on, everyone? It's me, venture captain Denel Hamshanks. What then? You're just looking at me all funny like. Oh, what's going on there, mates?
We were called in, weren't we?
Aye.
You called us
I'm
here,
asking
did you
you
not?
how you're doing then.
Oh, we're doing all right, Venture Captain.
Concerned by the unusual
Fine,
weather.
I guess.
Unusual weather. Here in Absalom, it's perfectly fine. Why, it's the 27th of Serenith, and it's perfectly sunny and calm day.
Suspiciously normal. No, I forgot we were in Absalom.
Then
Heard some rumors, I thought.
Of course, suspiciously normal. That makes perfect sense, my young Pathfinder. Perfect sense.
Normalcy is afoot. Never a good thing.
He says, now then, what do you boys know about the Taldan-Kadiran border?
It's a border?
Never been there myself.
Was living in Taldor for a while. Well, grew up there, but I never went to the border.
He's like, well, it sounds like you're the perfect people for this mission. I'll tell you why.
Of course.
Because this is a very simple mission. I just want you to go to the border. We're going to teleport you there. There's a rumor of this amazing adventuring party out there who are in this frozen forest. I hear that they are very storied adventurers, some sort of witch god, a good witch of Irison, a tiefling paladin who everybody loves, and that other person. They don't really know that much about the last one. Has some sort of weird name. Never really gives his actual name, and no one's really sure what he does. It's just very mysterious. Anyway, haha. We just want
Seems
you
like
to go there and find them, and then get their life stories. It's very simple Pathfinder mission. Nothing will go wrong. We hear that there's some sort of snow magic there, so... And he, like gestures behind his desk where you see this armoire. He's like, inside are 4 pairs of snowshoes and 4 pairs of winter gear. Now, do you have any questions before you get going? He, like, pulls out a scroll of teleport, puts it on his vest. He's like, what now? What?
How do we get back after we have the story?
I'm sure you can find your way back. You seem competent enough. I hear even one of you wants to join the Dark Archive, so you better be used to being stuck in mysterious places with no hope of ever returning.
Where are these Pathfinders?
They are on the Taldor Kadir, and they are not Pathfinders. They're just random adventurers. But they seem to be quite well storied and well liked. We're trying to get them in the latest chronicles, you know. Trying to hype them up so that we can recruit them.
So we need to take notes and everything else and all that.
Yep.
Quick question, sir.
Yes.
Are your personnel decisions throughout this organization normally this haphazard, or is this a normal exception?
Why would you think that this is a haphazard decision?
Based on the lack of any relevant knowledge about the location.
Are you kidding me? Your team leader grew up in Taldor.
He happens to live in that particular country.
He doesn't. He knows the country. He lived there.
parts
He's
of
a
it.
knight. He's like, well, it's all very irregular, questioning your... But if you must know, I, Venture Captain Denel Hamshanks, happen to like sending Pathfinders on missions to strange locations with unusual weather effects. I'm well known for it. Both
Sounds
of the
good to
scenarios
me.
I'm involved involve weather effects.
Sounds good to me. Peace, Garvik. Let us be off then.
The other thing you should know is that you should be expanding your mind, young man. I hear that you're one of those, what do they call them? The murder hobos. The ones that seem to forsake any sort of social growth in favor of being super strong. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll have none of that in my Grand Lodge. This is the Pathfinder Society, goddammit, and you find paths, not punch people in the face. You're going to learn something about Taldor. You're going to learn something about social interactions with other adventurers. You're going to write it down, and by the gods, you're going to bring it back to me. Do you understand me? Garvik Glavebeard.
Yes, sir.
Duly
I said
noted.
Garvik Glavebeard. Now I want an answer, yes or no. Do you understand me?
Just
I know
yes.
that when you dump intelligence,
Apologies,
occasionally it takes longer.
I'm writing this all down. However, as a follower of Aurori, I've been taught to seek additional knowledge in all cases, and your conduct merely brought a